Wasabi guys, Void here coming back at y'all with another Commander must-have video. Like we did last time, we're going to use this series to go over newer cards, and this is from the set that hasn't come out yet. This is Dominaria. We have a lot of cards that have been spoiled to us so far, and Helm of the Host seems to be one of the more interesting cards, at least to me, because it kind of deals with something that I really enjoy, and that is copying, cloning creatures, and taking advantage of their ETBs, their death triggers, if it's a legendary creature, etc. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with cloning, not just creatures, but artifacts and other stuff. But this card does something very different than your average clone card. If I had to compare this card to anything, it would have to be Blade of Selves. Both are equipments that deal with copying creatures. Helm of the Host is a little bit different than that though, because it's going to fool around with a legendary rule. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary. If equipped creature is legendary, that token gains haste. So it's kind of like Mirror Gallery, but only for the creature that's equipped, which is pretty sweet that we see some more cards, especially in this set of all sets that's going to have a ton of legendary creatures. Making it to where the legendary rule doesn't apply in this scenario is amazing. Now, the main downside to this card right away is the fact that it costs 4 mana and has an equip cost of 5, giving you a total of 9 mana just to play it and equip it, which means it's likely going to be out there for a turn without really doing anything before you're able to then equip it. The good thing though is that at the beginning of combat it triggers, so the turn that you do decide to equip it, do that main phase 1, then go to combat, and then you get the copy of that creature. It doesn't give any keywords, any sort of protection, anything like that, so it's just there to give a clone of whatever creature that you really want to clone, and it's likely going to be a legendary creature, although you can also take advantage of non-legendary creatures as well, and it's going to have the same exact impact. But the cool thing about Helm of the Host is that you have so many good legendary creatures to take advantage of, and I've talked about this before with a lot of those other clone cards, especially Blade of Selves. Elish Norn, she is amazing with this card. You're going to get another copy of her. It doesn't die because it's not going to be considered legendary, so you're going to get +2/+2 for all your other creatures again, and all of your opponent's creatures are going to get -4/-4, which is likely going to kill off a lot of them, and just keep going. They do gain haste, which is pretty nice, so you can then swing with that Elish Norn. In other combos, of course, I've mentioned this a million times, but Reaper King is amazing. Getting more Reaper Kings out there means that you're going to get more Reaper King triggers for all of your other scarecrows as well, meaning that you can then destroy more permanents. That type of permanent removal is just so valuable in this format because you can hit lands, you can hit enchantments, artifacts, and especially planeswalkers, which are usually pretty difficult to deal with, so that is pretty nice. But yeah, Helm of the Host is definitely going to fit in pretty well in a lot of those same decks. Its power is definitely there. It is a bit underwhelming though, considering the expensive equip cost, but if you are able to get it out there and maybe fool around with equip cost in some way, then that would make this card a lot better. But I would say it's not exactly as efficient as a Blade of Selves or as powerful yet, because you can get more triggers with Blade of Selves than you can with the Helm of the Host, but this is definitely going to fit in well in a lot of the same decks that you're going to play a Blade of Selves. And the same thing is true for a lot of other good commander options, a lot of good legendary creatures such as Perforos God of the Forge. Again, that deck is all about ETB triggers. You could also go with Krenko Mob Boss. Talk about getting even more goblins. That's just insane. Getting more Krenkos means that you have the potential to just tap them and get way more goblins. So definitely a must-have, I would think, for Krenko decks. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about this card. I'm really excited for it. I think it has a ton of potential. I have to mention again, though, the 4 mana cost and the equip of 5 is definitely going to be a deterrent for some people. Although I think it is pretty janky. That's kind of the fun of this card. I think a lot of people are just going to throw it in their commander decks just to have fun with it, fooling around with triggers, ETBs off their commanders, stuff like that. Good old fun. But as always, you guys have a wonderful day. Void here signing off. See you all next video.